Cleopas appears after the resurrection of Jesus, making him part of a key moment in Christian history. He was one of 2 disciples walking to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. As they walked, they were discussing all the events surrounding Jesus' crucifixion and the rumors of his resurrection. This sets the stage for something amazing. While Cleopas and his companion were talking, Jesus himself drew near and walked with them, though they didn't recognize him. This moment brings up the first of many questions. Why didn't they know it was Jesus? The answer lies in God's purpose. Their eyes were intentionally kept from recognizing him until the right moment, a moment designed to teach them and us something important about faith and the fulfillment of prophecy. As they walked, Jesus asked them what they were discussing, and Cleopas responded with surprise, wondering how this stranger could be unaware of the recent events in Jerusalem. Cleopas spoke of Jesus as a prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and the people. But he also expressed disappointment that the one they hoped would redeem Israel had been crucified. This shows that even those closest to Jesus didn't fully understand his mission or the true nature of the redemption he would bring. This is where Cleopas represents many believers, those who are close to the truth but still missing the full picture. Jesus then began to explain the scriptures to them, starting from Moses and all the prophets, showing how everything pointed to him. This explanation was key. It was a revelation of how God's plan had always been to send Jesus as the Messiah, not just as a prophet or a king, but as the Savior who would defeat death. The Lord's teachings were so impactful that later, Cleopas and his companion would describe their hearts as burning within them as he spoke. When they reached Emmaus, Cleopas and his companion urged Jesus to stay with them. It was evening, and they wanted to offer hospitality to this insightful stranger. As they sat at the table, Jesus took bread, blessed it, broke it, and gave it to them. At that moment, their eyes were opened, and they recognized him. But just as they recognized him, he vanished from their sight. This moment is crucial. It shows that recognition of Jesus comes through his actions and his presence in the breaking of bread, a symbolic act that points to the Last Supper and the ongoing practice of communion. It's in these moments of closeness to God, in the everyday acts of faith, that we truly see Jesus. Immediately, Cleopas and his companion got up and returned to Jerusalem, despite the late hour. They were too excited to keep this news to themselves. They found the 11 disciples and others gathered together and shared their amazing experience. Cleopas's story shows that the good news of Jesus isn't something to be kept to ourselves. It's meant to be shared, to ignite faith in others. But who was Cleopas, really? The Bible doesn't give us much more detail. Some believe he was a relative of Jesus, possibly the brother of Joseph or the father of another disciple. Others suggest he might be the same person as Cleopas, mentioned elsewhere in the New Testament. While we can't be certain of his exact identity, what's clear is that Cleopas was a follower of Jesus who played a significant role in the early Christian community. The story of Cleopas teaches us that understanding who Jesus is requires more than just hearing about him. It involves a journey, sometimes with doubts and confusion, but always leading to a deeper revelation of God's plan. Cleopas's experience on the road to Emmaus shows us that faith grows when we walk with Jesus, listen to his word, and recognize him in the breaking of bread, in our daily lives, and in the acts of worship that draw us closer to God.